I mentioned I was vegetarian at the rehearsal dinner when the groom's ex-military grandfather called off the wedding on the spot. The waiter came around taking orders at the rehearsal dinner. When he got to me, I smiled and said I'd take the vegetarian option. The groom's grandfather, sitting 3 seats down, went completely still. His face turned bright red. Then he stood up so fast his chair fell backward. "This wedding is canceled!" he screamed, slamming both hands on the table. Glasses rattled. People gasped. He pointed at me like I'd just committed a crime. "I will not allow this!" Then he stormed out of the restaurant. The room was thick with silence. The bride started sobbing. Guests whispered frantically to each other. The groom just sat there, frozen, staring at his empty plate. What just happened? I pushed back from the table and went over to him. "What was that?" I grabbed his arm. "Why did your grandpa just cancel your wedding because I ordered a salad?" He looked up at me with terrified eyes. "You don't understand him." "Then explain it to me, man." "I can't. You don't understand." I found the bride outside the bathroom, mascara running down her face. "What is going on?" I asked. She tried to compose herself. "His grandpa is really intense about his political beliefs. He has very strong opinions about certain things. About vegetarians. About everything," she sobbed. "But yes, that too." She wouldn't say more. I left her and kept looking for answers. Outside, the groom's younger brother was smoking a cigarette with shaking hands. "So your grandfather seems upset," I said. He laughed bitterly. "That's one way to put it, bro. Look, my dad has serious triggers from the war. You just hit one of them." "The war?" "Vietnam. He served in Vietnam and he never really came back the same, you know?" He took a long drag. "I don't know all the details about the vegetarian thing specifically, but trust me, you stepped on a landmine." I couldn't believe it. This is really about me being vegetarian? With him, everything is political. I went back inside and found the groom's grandmother on her phone in the corner trying to calm someone down. Her husband, obviously. When she hung up, I approached her. "Please, I need to understand what just happened." She looked exhausted, defeated. "My husband has very strong feelings about certain types of people." "What types of people?" She lowered her voice. "He sees vegetarians as communist sympathizers, as enemies of America. It goes back to his experiences with the anti-war protesters after he came home from Vietnam." I stood there speechless. "This isn't the first time his political beliefs have ruined a family event," she continued. "Whenever he feels threatened by what he calls liberals, he reacts like this." "Threatened? I just ordered food." To him, it's never just food. It's never just anything. The groom appeared beside me, his face slick with sweat. "I'm so sorry. I should have warned you. He disowned your older brother, didn't he?" I asked quietly. He nodded. 5 years ago. My brother dated a vegetarian woman. He cut him off completely. Hasn't spoken to him since. And you've been afraid the same thing would happen to you." Then the restaurant doors burst open. The grandfather was back and standing there wearing his old combat jacket, the one covered in American flag patches and military pins. "You want to know why this matters?" he shouted across the restaurant. "Vegetarians are Marxist hippie traitors, just like Jane Fonda. Every single one of them." Everyone froze. Some pulled out their phones. "Tofu is a Chinese communist plot to weaken American men." He was pacing now, working himself into a frenzy. "Meat eating is patriotic duty. It's what makes us strong." He reached into his jacket and pulled out a pocket constitution and actually started waving it around. "This is about freedom," he screamed. "But people like you," he pointed directly at me. "You're just like the protesters who spat on me when I came home in 1972. You're all the same. You hate America. You hate veterans. You hate everything we fought for." His voice cracked. Real tears streamed down his face, trauma and rage mixing together. "Everyone stand up," he commanded. "Right now, we're going to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to prove who the real patriots are." Nobody moved. The entire restaurant sat in horrified silence. "You're all brainwashed by the liberal media," he shouted as 2 restaurant managers approached him. "All of you!" They escorted him out. He was still screaming about communists as the doors closed. The restaurant stayed quiet for a long moment. Then the groom walked over to me and hugged me. "I'm so sorry he said all that to you," he whispered, "especially after everything you did in Afghanistan." The bride joined us, putting her hand on my shoulder. "Thank you for not mentioning your service during that. It would have made him even crazier knowing he can't use patriotism against you."